The year was 2387. Captain Jake Morrison stood silently before the panoramic window of the orbital defense station New Horizon, watching Earth rotate gently below. The planet looked serene in the morning light, oceans gleaming like polished sapphires, cities sparkling like scattered jewels. Jake had witnessed this view countless times, but it never lost its quiet majesty. Humanity had been a spacefaring civilization for 2 centuries now. Colonies dotted the moon. Mars domes bloomed with forests and crops, and mining colonies drifted across the asteroid belt. 5 years ago, humanity met their first alien neighbors, the Galactic Federation. The meeting was peaceful, full of promise. Humanity had assumed they were now part of a vast, welcoming galactic community. But not all species shared that optimism. Captain, Lieutenant Amy Carter's voice cracked through the calm. She was staring at the tactical screens. I'm picking up gravity waves. Massive ones. Edge of the solar system. Jake moved to her console. Show me. Her fingers flew over the controls. The display changed. Amy's face turned pale. Sir, I count over 9,000 ships. Closing in. A heavy silence settled over the command center. Confirm it. Amy rechecked. 9,897 vessels. And climbing. Jake hit the red alert. Siren screamed. Give me Admiral Stone. Now. Within minutes, Admiral Rick Stone appeared on the main screen, his lined face tight with concern. Jake, what's happening? Admiral, nearly 10,000 ships inbound. Not Federation. No IDs. No signals. Stone paled. That's impossible. The Federation's forces in this sector number in the hundreds. Confirmed, sir. Not them. How long until they reach Earth? 18 hours. Admiral Stone nodded grimly. We'll scramble every defense ship. Jake, hold them as long as you can. As the screen went dark, Jake turned to his frightened crew. Listen up. We don't know who's coming or why, but we'll be ready. The crew moved swiftly, preparing weapons, shields, sending alerts. The tension felt thick as gravity. Hours later, as the enemy fleet neared, details emerged. Enormous dagger-shaped warships, twice the size of Earth's biggest battleships, moving in perfect formation. Not Federation, not anything on record. Commander Lisa Bell arrived with orders. Admiral Stone wants a hail attempt. She worked the comms for an hour, transmitting in every language, every code, even mathematical sequences. Finally, a reply. A cold, mechanical voice filled the room. Humans of Earth, we are the Kethar Dominion. Your unchecked expansion threatens galactic order. You will surrender your planet in 24 hours, or be exterminated. Stunned silence. Jake exhaled slowly. We just joined the Federation. We've never threatened anyone. Doesn't matter to them, Amy whispered. Moments later, Admiral Stone's voice returned. You heard them. We fight. Jake ordered his 12 ships forward. Lieutenant Danny Price led 20 fighters, darting unpredictably around enemy guns. Human pilots flew like nothing the Kethar had faced. Wild, chaotic, illogical. They fight like animals. One Kethar commander reportedly growled. Human ships ignored formations, closing in, striking at weak points, then vanishing. The New Horizon, a station retrofit with cannons, barreled into the fray. Commander Helen Ross's ship, Earth's Fury, slipped between Kethar battleships, tricking them into firing on each other. In minutes, 3 Kethar command vessels lost communications, but the cost was high. 3 human ships vaporized, 60 dead. The Kethar regrouped, firing blindly, hitting their own vessels in confusion. Jake's comm buzzed. Captain Morrison. Came Captain Sue Martinez from the hospital ship Mercy Angel. The wounded Kethar prisoners keep asking why we fight knowing we'll lose. Jake frowned. What's your point? They surrender when death's certain, but we don't. It terrifies them. Before he could answer, the Kethar's main assault began. Thousands of beams lit space. Martinez called again. Jake, We've got chemical supplies. I can turn Mercy Angel into a bomb. It's suicide. Maybe. But it buys you time. She signed off, drove her unarmed ship into the heart of the fleet, and detonated it, taking 3 battleships with her. The message spread fast. Humans fought with desperation that defied logic. Engineer Ben Parker at Mining Station Delta suggested using mining charges as makeshift torpedoes. Danny Price's fighters, out of ammo, rammed Kethar boarding vessels. Lieutenant Colonel Steve Adams, trapped on Defense Platform 7, turned maintenance tunnels into ambush routes. Dr. Alice Green from Lunar Research called with critical insight. The Kethar rely on logic-based command structures. When they see they can't win, they falter. Jake understood. Our stubbornness is a weapon. Fighter pilot Karen White, her life support failing, dove her dying ship into a Kethar command vessel. The once perfect Kethar formation fractured. Ships fled or fought chaotically. With only 47 human ships left against 4,000, Admiral Stone ordered a last-ditch assault. All of them. Jake asked. All of them. This ends now. Incredibly, civilian transports turned back, refusing to abandon Earth. Commander Helen Ross proposed ramming the damaged New Horizon into the Kethar flagship. Jake offered escape pods. No one left. The human fleet charged. Kethar beams lanced out. Earth's Fury and New Hope were lost. Ross's cruiser rammed 3 escort ships, clearing a path. Jake's crippled station slammed into the Kethar flagship. The resulting explosion lit the solar system. With their command ship gone, the Kethar fleet disintegrated. 17 human ships survived. Commander Lisa Bell, now in charge, bluffed remaining Kethar ships into surrender. Within hours, only stragglers remained. Dr. Davis on Europa confirmed it. The Kethar called this the greatest disaster in their history. 3 days later, the Federation arrived. Ambassador Blue spoke to Nancy Turner amid the ruins. A species barely 200 years in space defeated 9,900 ships. We didn't win with strength, Nancy replied, but with the will to pay any price. The Federation offered full membership and protection, but Earth's legend spread faster. The Kethar survivors' stories ignited fear and awe in other species. New stations and ships rose from wreckage. On Mars, young Billy Harper sat in class, hearing of humanity's greatest hour. His grandfather, one of New Horizons' survivors, reminded him, "Courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about fighting anyway." And so humanity's name was etched into galactic history, not as conquerors, but as a species that refused to die quietly. A dangerous species. Dangerous not because they sought war, but because they would never surrender.